Hello everyone, G.I. Joe here, and welcome to my bunker here in Atlanta, Georgia. I thought I'd come to you here for a few minutes and show you a few of my painted pieces. These pieces I painted about 6 years ago when I first bought the Pacific 40 and Europe 40 games. And as I mentioned in my Operation Genesis video, if you haven't seen that, I spoke about how I really didn't have anybody in my immediate area that knew how to play Axis and Allies, so I tried to get my fix somehow, and I kind of dabbled in painting about 6 years ago. And this was before I saw videos from like Sired Blood and the Garrison on how to paint pieces. So some of this stuff I'm not really that proud of, and I'll probably end up redoing, but I just want to give you a quick glimpse of what I've already done. And again, I haven't painted anything in over 6 years, so I thought I'd start with my British pieces here. Of course, my British bomber, and I'm actually fairly proud of my British Air Force. Of course, as Sired Blood talked about in one of his painting videos, he talked about keeping the same color schemes, and so I did that on all of my British Air Force so that they would be easy to spot. And I really like these. These I probably will not change. The only thing I regret is that when I painted these, I was not aware that they were decals. So I actually painted those blue and red dots on the wings. And if I could do it over, I'd probably buy the decals and put those on, but I might redo that later. For the Navy, nothing fancy. I just kind of painted wooden deck, a little bit of black to highlight a few things. For the aircraft carriers, these are the things I'm not as proud of. I didn't mind the gray. Of course, that gray looks a lot better than the brown, but I kind of tried to hand do a 73 on here, and my British carriers all have numbers starting with 7, so 71, 72, 73, etc. But I really don't like this. I'm probably going to redo these, and especially seeing some of the work that Sired Blood has done, but just thought I'd let you see that. For Japan, of course, I have my fighters here, my Tentacle Bomber. These, once again, hand-painted, and the zeros are just dots I used with a brush. Not that great. I'm going to redo these and actually get the decals, and plus, these are too stark white. I need to actually paint them more of like a silver, so these need to be redone. So I've already ordered some more planes from Historical Board Gaming so I can redo those. The bombers I really like. The only thing I might change on this is the green might not quite be dark enough, but and again, hand painted the Japanese zero on there, and but anyways, I looked at some pictures online to try to get as close to some accuracy as possible, but I just don't like the dots on there. I'm going to switch those to decals. The ships, the ships actually here, I kind of like, except for the battleship, not the battleship, I'm sorry, the carrier. I use the same color for the wooden decks on my sub. I have a little, as you can see, a little red tip painted there. Same thing for the destroyer and cruiser. Again, not super fancy. I'll skip the cruiser, but you get the idea. But the wooden decks are all the same color on all the pieces, keeping consistent with a theme, so that they should be fairly easy to spot. And when I show you the US pieces, you'll see the difference in the wooden decks. But again, here's the carrier. Again, these are hand painted, so it's not really that clear, smooth, crisp. 3 little dashes there, but that lets me know those are Japanese carriers. But I'm probably going to print the flag file from Sired Blood and add the pins and the flag stickers on here to make that easier as well. All right, so for US, as you can see, I've got 4 carriers to show that the carriers that I have here, I numbered in the starting at 10. I got 10, 11, 12, 13. That lets me know that they're US carriers. But again, I'll probably add the flags from Sired Blood eventually. And my hand, it's so hard to get that so clean doing freehand, so it's kind of sloppy. I don't mind the actual gray. You know, you can see I weathered it a little bit to try to emulate, you know, tire tracks from planes taking off and landing, but I don't like my freehand numbers on there. They're pretty sloppy, so I'll probably change that. Here's my battleship with the painted wooden deck. As you can see, the wooden deck color is a little bit, actually a lot darker, so that's to help differentiate between the Japanese and American battleships, other than just the shape of them. But again, I stayed with a constant same theme, so that, you know, even Sired Blood referred to that, and just to make it easy to locate these pieces on the board. For the Air Force, as you can see, I painted for the bombers and the fighters. I have the silver bombers in the wingtips, and I'm fairly pleased with this, with the exception of I would have preferred to do a decal there, so I'll probably change that. Same thing with my fighter. And then I did a green version for the bombers. Again, I'll need a decal there. And then there. And for my Dauntless Dive bombers, tactical bombers here, I went with that color. Underbelly is gray. And I really like these. The only thing I don't like is that star is absolutely hideous, so I apologize, but I'll definitely make a change on that eventually. But again, getting some decals. But anyways, I've done a few pieces for Germany, but I'm not happy with them at all. I'm too embarrassed to show those. So maybe when I get those repainted, I will come back and show you maybe round 2 of some painting here. So anyways, as far as what kind of paint I used, I did use some acrylic paint. Nothing fancy. I'm not an artist, but I just went to like Michael's or somewhere and grabbed this acrylic paint with, I think Apple Barrel was the brand name, only because that's what they carry. Not that it's some type of special paint or anything, but got that there, and I'm not sure the price here, but can't find it. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy, and hopefully I'll be back at you sometime soon to talk about some more painting and more customizations. Thanks.